guys, welcome to the Soul Experience, the podcast to enlighten your mind and comfort your soul. In this podcast, we cover everything from spiritual awakenings to hidden truths about society in order to help you lead a positive lifestyle. We hope you guys enjoy.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 7 of the Soul Experience. In this episode, we're going to be discussing who we are as multidimensional beings, the illusion of the matrix, and tips for depressed individuals. I'm your host, Gerardo, and with me is my wonderful, beautiful co-host, Carolina.
Yay! It's me. Oh my god, I'm so loud. Hey guys. I hope y'all are having a super, super blessed day. We've got a couple of heavy topics to discuss. So before we begin, we just want to give a little disclaimer that we are not mental health professionals.
Definitely not.
Or anything like that. The tips we are going to discuss are what has worked for us spiritually, and not everyone's mind will respond the same. So, just take what resonates with you.
Exactly.
And with that, let's start, shall we?
Yeah, let's dive in.
Okay, so, multidimensional beings. What is?
What is? Well, first let's talk about energy.
Okay. Let's get the basis of it.
Alright, so energy, we all know that energy cannot be created nor destroyed. It can only be transferred.
Right.
Which means, like, no matter what happens, let's say, I think we all agree that we have souls, right?
Right.
Okay, well, with that, our soul would also be energy, which means, like, if when you die, that...
Where does it go?
Like, it doesn't just disappear, like, it gets transferred into something else. Maybe it could become a different form of energy. Maybe it stays the same energy and goes somewhere else. We don't know, but... Well, we kind of know, but...
We kind of know, and we'll be discussing that in a little bit, but...
well, I don't know if in a little bit, maybe in another time. But anyways, it cannot be destroyed or created, just transferred. So no matter what, like, everything goes on.
Everything continues
to go
here.
and go. And so, like, for example, your thoughts are energy.
Thoughts are energy.
You are made of energy. What you eat is energy. And, like,
nature is energy.
Nature is energy. Everything is energy. Your thoughts are energy, so that means that they're never destroyed or really created. So, like, think about it like this. When you meditate, some people who meditate, they get information that just pops into their head.
Like you.
And, well, mine just comes even when I'm not meditating.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But it's just information that comes to you. And what I'm thinking is, it's probably just the thoughts that were already here. And it just comes into you because, you know, as I said, it can't be destroyed or so. It's
just kind of like recycled, essentially. Just keeps like turning into something different.
But that doesn't always mean that the thoughts that come into your head are always from around you. Some of them can be just from your higher self, because your higher self knows a lot.
Your higher self is energy.
And your higher self has these thoughts because it experienced a lot of lives before this lifetime. And so it's wise. It knows a lot of things that it experienced in other lives. And so it brings that too, because it can't be destroyed. Okay.
What are some characteristics of us as multidimensional beings?
Well, we are multidimensional beings, which is really cool. And basically what that means is that we can go between different dimensions.
Woo! True.
And the way you can do that is mainly through meditation. You can take substances, DMT. There's a lot of things you can do, but DMT being one of the big popular ones.
One of the big ones, yeah.
But through meditation, you can go through 2 different dimensions. When you're dreaming, you're in a different dimension. And so it's just really cool. Like, the reason the elites, aka demons or whatever they are, it's either they follow orders from fourth dimensional beings, or they themselves are fourth dimensional beings being controlled, well, controlling a physical body. But the thing about them is they can only be in the 4th dimension. They can't go to the 5th, to the 6th
and beyond.
Like, they can't do that. They're just stuck there. And they hate us for it because they know we're special. We really are special.
And they have trapped us here.
And yeah, we're trapped in this fake illusion, physical world. This isn't what we're supposed to be in. When you die, you'll find out. And no, don't kill yourself. We'll talk about why not later on. How are dimensions different from realities, I guess?
Dimensions and realities. Well, dimensions are continuous, right? That's what you were saying earlier. They're all like
right here. Like different dimensions are like literally right here, right now. The fourth dimensional beings that we talk about, the demons, they're around you at all times. They've always been around you. They're there they can be right in front of you, right behind you. They're everywhere. We just can't see them because we're third dimensional beings, exactly. At least in the physical world. So our brain, we aren't third dimensional beings. We're multi-dimensional beings, but our brain is third dimensional.
Yeah, and our bodies are third dimensional, so we're kind of stuck like, inside them.
Yeah, but like you can meditate and you can feel those energies around you too. And well, that differs from realities because dimensions are just something that's already here right now. We just can't see it or really access it as much as we do the third dimension. And by the way, we talked about angel numbers like last episode or the episode before that.
One of those, yes.
And
at the moment
we just saw 222, which is pretty cool. Which means we're doing something right. Anyways, we're gonna talk about the Matrix.
Ooh, the Matrix. Okay, so life after
the Matrix.
The Matrix. So where do we go, or like what happens, as far as you know?
Yeah. So whenever you leave your physical form, depending on how enlightened you were, if you reach that level of enlightenment, you will ascend and go to where you belong. Because right now we're stuck in this dimension and we keep repeating over and over again until we finally find a way to escape. And the way to escape is by awakening, by waking up, by meditating, by realizing these things, so that when you die, you realize you die and you're able to ascend. When you die, a lot of people don't realize they died and they're just stuck here, and they can reincarnate.
They keep coming back.
They could be another human again, or they can even downgrade if they were a bad person, or if they have negative energy, or if they were at a low vibration. They'll just reincarnate into a dog or
fly.
Literally anything. But if you're at a high vibration, then chances are you will ascend and go into where you truly belong. And I guess you can sort of access that through DMT. When you do DMT, you tend to go to this place where you meet entities, and some of the times it's like it feels like you found your long lost family, which would explain that maybe that's where we belong, but we're trapped in here, which we shouldn't be here. Like once you get back, you realize like, okay, this feels wrong. We're not supposed to be here. But when you're there, it feels right. It feels like home. It feels perfect. And you're just happy. All you feel is love. And so that's my side of what happens. And well, when you commit suicide, it can be really bad. Yeah. Because a lot of people do it because they're in pain here, but what they don't realize is that once they suicide, the very instant they do it, the very instant they're gone, they feel that pain for like 100 times worse, because they caused a lot of pain to others, and they have to feel that. They created that, they have to feel it, and it's just really bad.
Instead of escaping the pain that they wanted to escape,
they caused more pain. And by the way, that's our cat in the background, don't mind him. And with that, they end up not realizing that they died. They're in a lot of pain, and most of the time they just reincarnate and come back into this material world, the Matrix, which they just go through those pains and struggles that they kill themselves for again. Which really is
not the point of life.
Yeah, you have to try to elevate yourself and and just raise your vibration as much as possible, become enlightened and ascend.
Well, how can we continue to thrive in this illusion if everything is made to be against us?
How do we continue to thrive?
Yeah, like how can we continue to stay positive even if like everything is coming at us like consistently?
Well, being aware of everything that's hurting you is one of the main things, because when you know what something is doing to you, you have a better chance of stopping its effects on you. Like, for example, music is a big thing. 440 hertz music is what's being played on the radios, which is out of tune. 432 hertz is the right frequency for music. And at 440, it starts putting you in this negative mindset, this negative feelings, because it lowers your vibration a bit, and you start getting negative thoughts and things like that. But when you're aware of that, you can kind of combat that and keep it from really affecting you that deeply.
You can block it.
Yeah, you can somewhat block it. I mean, it's better to listen to 432 if you're able to. But
if
just
you
know,
can
like,
find songs that are in 432, just listen to those.
But like,
it's a lot better.
That's one example. But also, if you know that everything around you is made to harm you, then you have to find what doesn't harm you and do that instead. Or for example, like food, fast food. Fast food, you know, that's made to destroy you.
Yeah, for sure.
What you can do is not eat that and
make conscious choices to like not put yourself in a position to, you know,
lower your vibration.
Exactly. Like,
and we're all in complete control of our reality. I know there's some people who have it harder than others, but at the end of the day, we all have our minds, and our minds are powerful. Our minds can create what we live, and so you're always in control. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever doubt yourself, and don't give up. It can get hard, but things will get better if you continue trusting yourself.
Always get better.
Yeah.
As long as your mindset stays positive, then everything will get better for you.
Yeah, and if bad things happen and you let yourself fall into that negative mindset trap, then you're just gonna manifest more negative stuff into your life.
Exactly.
So don't do that.
Don't focus on the bad. Try to always shift your mindset into something positive.
Okay. So lifestyle, positive lifestyle.
So what is depression in a spiritual sense?
Well, in a spiritual sense, pretty much you feel depressed because maybe you don't realize it, but you're just not doing what you're meant to be doing, or what your soul really wants to do, or you're not fulfilling your life mission as a soul here in this physical world. And I guess it can come from
a lot of things.
From a lot of things, like your job, which a lot of people hate their job. Probably most people hate their job.
Most people hate their job, but they do it anyway.
They just do it because they feel they need to, because of money. And it keeps bringing stress on them, which lowers their vibration. It takes their energy away and keeps them from doing things after work that they could be doing to help them raise their vibration. School is another big one. You can talk about it. I know it hurt you and it affected you.
Okay, school. So, I guess, I mean, I don't want to label myself as like too special, but I went to this arts high school, and obviously being there was a lot of pressure because people have all these expectations for you. And I know it might be different at different schools, but I think just in general, people have like their friend groups and drama that goes on, but you also have to pile on that like grades and, you know, attendance and stuff. And so just doing things that that won't even help you in the future, you know, it just kind of drains you all of the time. For me,
the thing is, it's all mandatory.
Yeah, all
like
of it is mandatory.
You really have no choice. Your parents force you to. Everyone is pushing you to do these things, no matter how stressed you are, no matter how much it makes you unhappy. No one cares. They just, you gotta do this, or you're losing pretty much, or you won't be anything in life.
They teach you things that aren't really essential
to life.
Jeez. I think another big thing that kept me really depressed throughout high school was the amount of pressure that I put on myself to meet everyone else's expectations without realizing that it didn't matter. Because I think throughout high school and middle school especially, looking good to other people is a priority or something of importance, when really it doesn't matter. Like 5 years, 10 years from high school, you know, you don't even remember the people that you went to school with. So I think it's just a lot of unnecessary pressure put on kids, like literal kids. Like, you're putting all this pressure on kids for no fucking reason, and it doesn't make sense. But yes, Another thing.
Poverty. I mean, I know a lot of people are experiencing poverty. And it hurts them because they feel that they can't have all the things they want, and well, they're also just stressing out about things constantly because maybe they don't have enough money, maybe they need to pay some bills, but they're struggling money wise and they don't know what they're gonna do, and so they're stressing, which lowers your vibration a lot, and that's one of the reasons the depression hits, because your vibration is so low that you're in that frequency all the time, and it's constant pain. Also, it's pretty much like you're tapping into the frequency of quote unquote hell. And it just fucks with your mind. It makes you hate everything that's going on. It keeps you in this negative mindset, and it keeps you from enlightening because you're just constantly stuck in that pain.
Also, stressing about not having money will only bring more stress about not having money.
Yeah, stressing about not having money is only going to manifest more lack in your life in terms of money, because if that's all you're being focused, if that's all you're focusing on not having, then well, your mind's really powerful. So what's the reality that's going to be created in front of you? Not having. And so just get out of that lack mindset, because it'll only manifest more lack in the real world. Think about it. Everything starts up here in your mind, and like literally everything, anything you see, your phone, your house, everything was an idea in someone's mind, and then they manifested it into the real world,
into a physical form.
Yeah. And so if you're constantly just thinking in lack, then what are you gonna manifest?
Lack.
Yeah. Exactly.
Some tips for overcoming depression.
Tips for overcoming depression. Find your life purpose.
Oh yeah, that's a really big one.
That's the biggest one, probably.
Yeah.
When you're doing your life purpose, you love what you're doing, and it raises your vibration so much because you're constantly doing this thing you love, and you're just enjoying, you're having fun, and you're doing what is right for your soul. And the way you can find that is through meditation. Just meditate on what your life purpose is, and it will come to you. But you just have to keep doing, keep meditating, keep trying to align and keep growing, and don't give up. We found our life purpose, which is this right here, and we love it.
Oh, Jesus. I'm sorry, I'm really excited.
It's so much fun.
It is.
And it's nice to just talk about everything, let everything out.
It's your life purpose whenever it's something that on the inside you're like excited about and not dreading every day.
Like a lot of people think their life purpose, it's like their career, their job, something that makes them a lot of money. But what the thing is, a lot of the time they're like, oh man, I have to go do this, I have to go do that, and like it brings them a lot of money, and I guess that's what they tie their happiness to in a way. But it's not real happiness. It's all temporary. You can be like going to school to be a computer engineer, and you think it's really cool and stuff, but when you do the work, you get bored, you get tired, you wish you weren't there, it's not really your life purpose if you can't love every single second of it, really.
Exactly.
So just realize that.
Yeah. So
and
quit your job. Just kidding. I mean, if like after you find your life purpose.
After you find your life purpose and you can get stable, you can use it as a way to bring more income than your current job, or at least enough income to live on. Then go for it. Quit your job. I know that's what we're doing.
Job, yeah. Stop being depressed on purpose.
Yeah, I mean, going to work every single day. It's like literal. You're pretty much feeding yourself depression.
Exactly.
Another thing that helps.
Another thing that really helps, that we've been doing a lot recently, is sun gazing.
Sun gazing. Sun gazing helps a lot. It gives you so much energy. The sun literally gives life. Without the sun, none of us would be here.
Feeds you.
Exactly. And so when you're sun gazing, you just feel the warmth hit your body. It's like it's giving you a big hug, and you're just soaking up its energy. Just like plants do, pretty much.
Exactly. Plants do it all the time. All they need is water, some sunlight. There you go. He is living for the rest of his life.
Yeah, when I started sun gazing is when I started losing a lot of weight, because I didn't really have to eat as much since the sun energy was just keeping me going.
Y'all should see him, like, glow up of the century. My gosh.
Yeah.
Also, like, I mean, you see trees and they're super big, super strong, super like
off of sun.
Off of just sunlight, some water, what else? Nutrients.
Yeah.
There you go. Feed yourself the essentials, and you'll be big and strong.
If you meditate while sun gazing, it also help a lot. It'll make the meditation more effective, and you'll just feel really good afterwards. You feel energized, and you'll feel ready for the day, especially if you do it at sunrise. It'll be like a perfect start to your day.
It'll just like set the tone, and you'll be like, yeah, I'm pumped. Okay. Another tip is finding and using a creative outlet. At least for me, because I'm the more creative one. I'm just kidding. I think finding something that you can do on the side that brings you happiness, even though it might not necessarily bring you income, well, is also really good for you. Because like for me, drawing and writing and singing, it brings me a lot of joy, even if it won't bring me money. I think that you should focus.
And it could bring you money.
Yeah,
if that's what you dedicated yourself to.
Exactly. But I think as long as it brings you happiness and it raises your vibration, just go and find something that you really like doing. Maybe you like making tiny little sculptures of cats or something.
I mean, like, that's the whole purpose of our life, right? To be happy, not to make money. I mean, a lot of people think life is about making money, but I mean,
but you can't take money with you to the afterlife, can you? No.
And like, what's the point of money when you're not happy?
Exactly.
So just pursue your happiness.
You have no idea how many millionaires, billionaires, trillionaires
are depressed and end up killing themselves,
and even though they have
horrible lives.
all the money in the world, they can buy whatever they want.
Yeah.
But no, it does not buy happiness. It can buy you things that make you happy, potentially.
Yeah, but the money itself is not gonna make you happy.
Exactly.
If you think that money's gonna make you happy, you're gonna be in for a long ass ride, because you'll never get enough. You'll constantly keep wanting more and more and more. You'll get to a point where you have a lot, but someone else has more. So like, I don't have what they have, so I need to get that in order for me to be happy. And then once you get there, it's the whole thing all over and then over and over. So yeah, just look for something you really, really enjoy, something that brings you joy, not just.
And it can be anything.
Money.
And don't be ashamed of it either. Like I know a lot of people are probably into like some, I don't know, random stuff, but as long as it makes you happy, do you. Don't care about what anyone else thinks. Just focus on you, your happiness, and your soul.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you're the only one that can bring yourself happiness. The people around you that judge you or that make fun of you, whatever, why do they matter when they're not gonna bring you any happiness? Like, what's the point of making them happy? Is that gonna make you happy?
No.
Not really.
So just cut them off. Oh my God.
You do you.
Anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's good for today.
Yeah. It's really late where we live, so we're trying to stay very cohesive. So my brain is like.
We love you guys.
We do a lot.
Make sure to just keep staying positive. Fuck all this virus talk.
Spread love and positivity.
Yeah. Eat well, eat healthy, stay strong.
Sun gaze.
Meditate.
That's the that's the most important thing you can do right now.
We love you guys. See you guys in the next episode.
As always, stay safe and stay aware. If you liked, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe. If you have any topic ideas, any questions, just let us know. Yeah, you can comment in the comments. Or you can DM us on Instagram at the Soul Experience 02. Right? Yeah. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you. Bye. Love you. Bye. Boo.